Read the manual. I'm about to do a deck profile. I ran Altergeist. I got first place in my locals. I defeated everybody. I went 2-0, pretty much everybody. I used a demolish everyone, basically. And it was my spicy deck, so I'm about to show you guys so you can win in your locals too. So without further ado, let's begin. I ran 3 Milliseek. This card's obviously a staple. If you're not running at 3, you're playing the deck wrong. This card, it just gains too much advantage, attacks directly, sends cards to the graveyard. And main phase 2, Link Karibo Search is just too powerful. Some decks can't even handle it. I ran 3 Multi-Figure. This card single-handedly made the deck way better. As opposed to before, it used to be a very mediocre deck. Like, some decks would just laugh at it. But now this card came out, and now it actually could extend plays and make big monsters and stuff like that, so it made it really good. 3 Marionetters. This card's probably like the second best card in the deck. Search for a trap and it triggers itself off to summon a Yugioh monster from the grave. You gotta run it at 3. This card's really good. 2 Siliquidus, because you don't want to run 3, it's bricky. 2 is fine. You don't want to see it too often. You want to mostly just spell summon it with the Multi-Figure. Yeah, that's why 2 is the perfect ratio, I think. For my hand traps, I was debating back and forth what I wanted to play. I ended up opting out with these 6, so the Reapers and the Ghost Ogres. I was playing Drolls over the Ghost Ogres, but I decided I'd rather like try out Ghost Ogre because it's better against True Draco and against it. Like, gets rid of the problem basically, destroys it. Whereas Ghost Drone Lock, it just stops him for a turn. And obviously Ghost Reaper is main deck card now. I mean, obviously since Sky Strikers came out, it's really good. I tested the ratios, it was really good. So I'll probably play the same with those. Another Altergeist card I forgot to mention was Kuri. I can never mention the name. But this card won me a game, so just because of that, he's worthy enough to keep on my deck now. I know some builders don't like playing it, but it's pretty good. Now for my spells, I played 3 Polydualities. Isn't a lot of spells, but you don't run spells in the deck to win. You run traps. So I think 3 Pots good. I don't like Desires because you can banish your combo cards. So I think Pots is the way to go. I ran 3 Spoofing. I know some builders have run 2. 3 is the perfect ratio, I think, instead of 2, because you want to see it. It turns your bad hands into good hands and good hands into great hands, so you'd rather just try to search this card out, either Pod Duality and then fix your cards. And you can also use it on your monsters or your traps or face up Altergeist cards to like bounce back so they could dodge card effects, like to run to Tribute or anything like that. It's pretty good. For my Altergeist traps, I ran 3 Protocol and 2 Manifestation. I think this is the perfect ratio. Many people underestimate Protocol. I think it's really good because it prevents your opponent from negating the activation and effects of your Altergeist monsters. And obviously this card you don't want to see it too often, but it's like a monster reborn from the grave, so it just kind of brings it back in the game. But I think this is the ratio of 3 and 2. For my Sky Striker hate, it's 2 Anti-Spell and Imperial Order. Obviously, Imperial Order is GG against Sky Strikers. Anti-Spell is just good against anything really. Brings them down to your level, so which is slow or whatever, and you just control them after that. And you just beat them down. I ran the Solemn Brigade, which is 3 Solemn Strikes, Solemn Judgment, and Solemn Warning. Worked out perfectly. I don't have impermanence because I don't feel like dropping $70 for the trap. But I think this is the next best thing if you have impermanence. I mean, the strikes are always a great option. Yeah, these cards single-handedly won me games. I mean, just because it's a spell speed 3, they can't. It won me a game against a Trickster player. He tried to tag out, but obviously, strike is a spell speed 3 versus a spell speed 2, so he couldn't do anything. 1 turn to Tribute. I had this at 3, cut it down to 1 to make space for other cards. 1 is fine. You don't want to see multiple of them because it's not that great in multiples, but it's still a board clear, which I do like. It's not so great against Sky Strikers, like the quote-unquote best deck, but it's still there. I don't know, I'll probably mess around, either take it out or bump it up to 2, because I don't really like it at 1. It's kind of like a weird ratio, just it being by itself. Yeah, and for my spice, some of my friends told me not to run this card, but I said this is a very good card, so I still decided to run it. It's evenly matched. People argue that since this deck is a control deck, you're going to want to go first, and if you open up with this, it sucks because it only really works if you control no cards. And so I was like, yeah, that's true, but I may not always have the luxury of going first. So if my opponent sets up like a crazy board or whatever, and I have this, or I search it out through add it to my hand with possibility, I could evenly match them and then just banish all their cards pretty much, and I just like win the game after that. So yeah, that's my main deck. It's a 40 card main deck. Now I'll go to my 15 card extra deck. I think I'm gonna go with my Cherries targets first, because there's a lot of them in here. I'm missing some, but I think I hit most of the rogue / meta decks. Obviously totally awesome for Paleo, this for Burning Abyss, this for ABCs, Pendulums, Sky Strikers, Gem Knights if there were to be still an FTK. This multi-purpose, I could make it, or I could just banish it from the extra deck because it's a very dangerous card against your deck. Obviously for Spirals, it's pretty nasty. And the only nightmares you want to play are the good ones in this deck, so just these two. You run 2 Hexia, not 3, because you don't want to have it get risked banishing through another Cherries. Obviously you run the 1 Link Rebo, and this card, Twin Burst Dragon, Triple Burst Dragon, because it's a cool attack against Sky Strikers. It doesn't let them activate the Sky Striker from the grave. So that's it from the extra deck. Pretty standard. For my side deck, I ran 3 Shared Rides. This card's like the maxi against Sky Strikers. It puts them in awkward position. If they activate Toon Table Contents, you chain this. You get that +1, that 1 for 1. And then if they want to activate more and add more, they just give you like a handful of cards. So I sided it in, but I never resolved it. I seen it in my hand, I just never got to point to it because of the time I was already winning the game. So it didn't really matter, but I think it's really good meta call. I would probably keep it in and see how it does. 3 draw locks, because I didn't feel like maining them. I did have it in the main when I was testing it, but this card is either really good or really bad, and I'd rather have cards that are pretty good against everything than have a really bad card or really good card. You know, I'd rather have like be safe than sorry. So this card is really good against Sky Striker, that's why it's in the side, but it's not worthy enough to be in the main yet. Maybe if every player played Sky Strikers, maybe I would keep this in the main deck, but obviously it's a very expensive deck, so you don't really want to, you're not really expecting everybody to play it, to just some. So that's why I just keep it in the side. These cards, by the way, they rose up to $18, so if you didn't pick them up and you waited till the last second, they're like 18 bucks now, and they were like 5 before. So 3 Kumungus. I know people that playing Raw Spear mode to clear Goki boards, but I think this card's better against Strikers because they only need 1 monster and you summon it to their field, it goes to their main monster zone. And this also gets over Ultimate Falcon, so it just gets rid of the main boss monster that kind of shuts you down. Red Reboot is an interesting one because I was trying Wiretap, but I couldn't find my 3rd Wiretap. So I decided I didn't want it to be awkward and have 2 Wiretap and 1 Red Reboot, so I just decided to run 3 Red Reboot. And in a way, this card's better against the mirror match because it shuts down their traps and they can't activate no more traps. But at the same time, with the new end of the match procedure and the life points, it could be kind of hefty. You can always set it, however, I mean, you still risk it getting the, heavy dust storm, whatever it's called, and having it get destroyed or whatever. But I think it's okay. But if I were to get Wiretaps, I'd probably play that instead of this. I never really cited it in, so don't really know if it's good or not. And finally, 3 Heavy Stormduster. This card is really good, like really good. It's probably like the best side card I decided to side, because in the mirror, I sided these 3 in, and it just won me a game against my mirror, the Altergeist. I hit like Protocols, Solemn Strikes, Solemn Judgments, Solemn Warnings, I think, Evening Match or something. Man, this card was insane. If I could run like 6 copies, I would run 6 of these, but I can't. But yeah, that was my deck profile. Overall, I don't know. This deck did what I expected. However, I don't know. I still want to play with like some ratios. Like I'll probably take out this because I don't really like seeing just one card. I'd rather have it in pairs because it's kind of weird by itself. I don't know, it makes it feel weird just having a weird card. It's probably my OCD kicking. The monster lineup is pretty decent. Pretty happy with the monster lineup. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, the extra deck's pretty nice. And that was my deck profile. And thanks for watching. Catch you guys later.